So did you ever go on a date with a guy that you knew for a fact that you weren't attracted to? Did you ever have a casual relationship with a guy that you knew for a fact that you weren't attracted to? Or did you ever go in a relationship with a guy that you know you weren't attracted to? You just kind of like played along. And if you did, why did you do it? That was the question. Be honest.
The casuals, a lot of times I was drunk. Honestly, but I am not afraid to approach a man.
Okay.
If I find you attractive, I will approach you. Okay. I will first, however, ask if you have someone.
Okay.
And if you do, then you're off limits. But yeah, a lot of times they were drunk, and then like said, you know, when you finally get to know someone, then, you know, physical attraction kind of, you know, goes into play. Like, it's like, oh, it's not that important as long as you have a connection. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. What, like, mainly is because I was drunk.
Okay, so outside of drunk, like just when you were sober, like why did you entertain it?
Bored.
Nani wanted fun.
What did you say? Say that again.
Wait, why gotta repeat myself?
I didn't hear it. The connection broke. Say it one more time.
Fun.
Oh, you just wanted fun.
You know, it needs to be pleased every now and then.
Okay. All right. So you just wanted the fun, and then that's why you're entertaining guys that you have.
No, it's not entertaining them.
Or like, okay. I mean, that's being.
It's like tooted and booted.
Yeah, be with guys that you had no attraction for. So you tooted and booted, have fun, and drunk. That's it.
Hey, we were on the same level, okay? You know, you don't want anything, so you don't get in too deep. You don't get vulnerable. You don't have that emotion. Mm-hmm. You just make something happy, and then you're on your way. Okay. You know, there's no hurt, yet you're still open for Mr. and Mrs., right? Mm-hmm.
Did you ever meet a guy in your life that you felt like that he really, really was attracted to you, and he really liked you, and you could tell, but you already know that there's no shot?
Oh yeah. And I tell them. I tell them straight up. Rule number 1, don't get attached.
Yeah.
Someone ultimately always gets attached.
Okay.
But if you can have those rules and set it in stone, mm-hmm. then yeah. But someone falls and you're like, I told you not to do this, I'm gonna have to cut you loose.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That makes sense. All right. That's from Tira. So I'll ask you, Deslynn, did you ever have you ever been go on a date or just casual relationship with a guy and you weren't really attracted to them?
No, I have to be attracted to you for me to look at you and to engage.
Okay. Okay. So you don't do the non-attractive relationships.
And I have to vibe with you.
Okay.
And I'm more interested in being in a serious relationship, and there's only been like, I think since the divorce, maybe like 1 guy or 2 guys, and okay. I've been divorced for a very long time, so not my thing.
All right, that makes sense. And then last but not least, Naiatea.
Sorry.
So yeah, have you ever dated a guy that you weren't attracted? Went on a date with a guy that you weren't attracted to, or did you ever had a relationship with a guy that you weren't attracted to, but you kind of like just played along?
Never.
Never. Oh, so the commitment. So you always into commitment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. You made that. You made that clear. So I want to ask you. I ask the ladies, because how, like, what is in your experience, right? So if you met a guy, that's unattractive, like what are things that women do, like, to give them like the sign, like, I'm not interested. Sometimes some women are vocal. I'm not interested. They'll just say it straight up. I think one of the reasons why these guys ask me is because sometimes guys will get into relationships and with a woman, and they don't realize that for themselves that the woman's not interested. But I do believe there's some women out there that do just kind of string them along until, whatever it's for, just being bored, like you said, doesn't you're just bored. They just want somebody there until they find somebody they really like, and then they move on. So for you guys, like, what are the things you use, the things that women do, or maybe signs that they can give off if the woman does this, that's a clear sign that she's not interested
I
in you.
just tell them I'm not interested in being in a relationship right now. No, thank
That-
you.
Yeah, that's definitely one way.
Like in a nice way.
Yeah, mine is I'll tell you straight, basically, I'm not on the market, like I'm not looking. The other one is, if you don't get that picture, you just get left on red, and then the next step is you get blocked. If you don't understand it after getting blocked, you are borderline, like, just harassing at that point.
Mhm.
It should actually just be clear if there's no response, to be quite honest. If you get left 7 times in a row, hey, seen. Hey, beautiful, seen. Hey, beautiful, seen. Oh, you're a snob, bitch. Yeah, fuck off, man. Like, don't talk shit to me if you, like, the first time I'm nice, and then it's just like, okay, one time only, I received an unsolicited DP, and it was so gross to me. It's disgusting, just so disgusting to me. But I was just like, what in your effing mind drove you to think that it was okay
They'll turn
Just
you
do-
on.
for free? Like, does it? I don't know. But that type of stuff, like, if you don't get the picture that if you don't get it, that it's like, hey, if you're left on red, or they don't just straight up say no, or for some reason you have this, like, you've created this sense of faith or like hope in your head that there's a chance, that's where you've gone wrong. Like, that's immediately where you've gone wrong, because it's like, I appreciate the confidence, and I appreciate the confidence, because I know that it takes a lot to
Courage.
approach. Yeah, it takes a lot to approach anybody in that point. But then if, like, there's clearly no reciprocation, if I'm not reciprocating that energy, that's a no. That's a no for me, sir. That's a never for me, sir. So yeah.
Stop.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, like, this is just making me sound like a total bitch at this point, like, shallow bitch, like, gotta be tall, gotta do this, da 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 da. But no, I'm, like, generally pretty nice about it. I've only been called snobby twice, and it was off of just being, like, leaving them on red, because I felt like it was really asshole-ish to unfriend them. But yeah, if you're left on red, that's a no-go.
But let me ask you, for the guys that you want that you oh, I guess Tira is the one that often does it. So Tira, I guess I'll ask you. So for the guys that you kind of like weren't attracted to, but you kind of entertained it, or you kind of had fun with them, what were they doing that made it unattractive for you?
To stop being casual with them.
Yeah.
What were they doing? Good.
I just didn't have that connection. it
Like,
just wasn't there. So it was strictly what it was. You know, it's, yeah. I just knew it was like, okay, you're not boyfriend material. You're not my, you know, other half material. And it's
well,
not
like,
like I was entertaining them. It's like we both got something out of it.
yeah. That's what I meant. Yeah. But what I want to ask you, like, what traits did they have? Like, what traits did they have?
I'm sorry. What was that?
I said, what traits did they have? Like, what traits, like, did they have?
What traits that they had that I didn't like?
Yeah, like, because I do hear from a lot of women, right? They have a guy, but they're not attracted to. And I noticed there is a pattern of a lot of these guys that often this happens to them. And I'm just, before I give you my piece on it, I'm interested to hear from you. Like, what traits? Because one thing you said, they got attached, right? They got attached easily.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
so they're like needy. Were they needy?
Like
when they get attached, were they needy or?
Oh yeah, when they get attached, it's like, you know, I had one person's like, well, why can't you be my girlfriend? Why can't we be together? And I was like, dude, we set the rules, we said what it was, like, don't overstep it. Like, I was so set on where it's at. Like, I wasn't attracted physically. I wasn't, you know, I just knew he wasn't my cup of tea in that way. I don't know.
Forever.
You know when someone can be more.
Okay. Was he okay?
Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it.
Were they very like confident, assertive, or were they like very passive? Like, how was it?
He just wasn't my type. Like, he just wasn't. He just wasn't what I wanted in a boyfriend. I don't know like how else to put it. It wasn't. He had a good job, you know. They're, you know, we're making a lot of money. They're well known and all that, but it's like I just wasn't that into him.
No, it's fine. No, because I do see a lot of guys that have that. They've asked that question, right? Like, you know, I meet a girl and then they realize later like she wasn't attracted to him, and I don't know, you know, friend zone or something like that. You know.
No, well, that's why you set the rules and you set what it is, so they know prior to engagement.
Yeah.
And then when something shifts, then you can pull that card back out and be like, hey, you gotta stay in your lane, you know?
Yeah.
No, so the one thing I would say, because I do meet a lot of guys like they ask, oh man, I like she's treating me like a friend, you know, I'm trying to be attracted to her, I'm trying to be a relationship with her, but she doesn't see me that way. And the one thing I would say is I do notice a lot of guys who are put in that position is because like they're acting like a friend. You know, I always feel like that with a lot of guys, you know, when it comes to, if you act like a friend, then she's gonna treat you like a friend, like the energy you're exerting. And I know a lot of, like, if like a friend zone is you put yourself in that friend zone. Like, if you like somebody, you have to be upfront and just be confident. Be confident. Be confident. Be confident. For a lot of women, that's a masculine trait that you guys are attracted to. A confidence in a man to approach you. Hey, I want you, and I want, you know. And for a lot of guys, like, they try to be soft about it and not just, you know, just be confident. Hey, this is what I want. They try to use the friend route, but the friend route is like kind of like feminine, and then that's why it's kind of unattractive for a lot of women. So I would tell guys, if you are getting friend zone right now, she's not attracted to you because you're not exerting to letting her know this is where you stand. And if she tells you she has to look at that way, that's fine. But if she has to put you in that role and put boundaries, then you put yourself in that position. And and that's why it's like, if you like somebody, you gotta tell them straight up and let them know, hey, like, I'm not here to play around. Like, this is what I need to do with you. If you're down, let's do it. If not, it's okay. But a lot of guys out there are not willing they're not confident enough to do that.
So
So
do
they're
they feel
trying-
torture because they're in the friend zone, but they put themselves there?
Yeah. Torture. It's, I mean, because like,
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because like they're in a,
their mind.
because like they're in a position where like they're just hoping for something to happen, but the reality is it's never, 99% of the time, it's not going to happen.
Well, that's where they have to, say something. Like you
But
said, if you're not automatically put there by them, then say something. Like, I dislike a man that is so nonchalant and acts like he doesn't care and whatever. And it's like, say something, give me more, I don't know what you're thinking.
Mhm.
I think, like, even if you kind of are interested in someone and you think, oh, I feel like he's interested in me, but I don't know. Like, it goes both ways, where it's like we can't read each other's mind.
Mhm.
But there are men that are so like strong-headed where they don't even speak their mind.
Yeah.
And
I think
that's where they, like you said, they trap themselves, they torture themselves, they put themselves in their own friend zone.
Yeah. I
And
think
then
what
they
I'm,
can't get back out of that box because they presented themselves to be a good friend. And so
yeah, I feel like you can't be too nonchalant where she doesn't feel like that she wants you, but then you can't be too needy where you too needy where you you're like a little girl. I feel like there has to be I feel like they just have like a healthy balance where you're available and not available at the same time, if that makes sense. Like she knows she wants you, but then like you can't be extreme. You gotta find a moderate, I guess. Because I do find like,
sorry.
go ahead.
The thing too is like okay, say if you meet someone and then you're like, oh, this person is cool. But if I like you and I don't know if you like me and whatnot, once I put you in the friend zone, it's gonna be hard for me to like you for date. Does it make sense? And that's why, like you said, they have to be very clear if they are interested in potentially being more than just friends. But if you act like, oh, low key, like, hey, what's up, like that, and trying to play low key just to test to see if they get a chance, we cannot read your mind. If another opportunity comes, you're gonna miss the boat. Don't get mad at us because you put us in the friend zone vibe.
Yeah, the one thing I would say for a lot of guys, and you guys can jump in. If you really like a girl but you don't know where she stands as far as like if she likes you, the one thing I would say for guys, just treat her like you would treat your girlfriend, but she's not your girlfriend. If that makes sense. Like compliment her, hey, beautiful, just do little things like that. Treat her like it was your girlfriend, but she's not your girlfriend. But that's the vibe you're putting out there. So you're not saying we're your girlfriend. Don't put that friend energy, because if you give her that friend energy, she's gonna friend zone you. Give her that boyfriend energy. But you're not saying we're together. But you're just treating her like it was like you. If you meet her, if that makes sense.
So when a guy is interested in a girl, do they call them and make time to talk stories with them? Is that how guys show that they're interested in more than
if she calls, you make time for her. If she needs something, or if you see her, just compliment her. Just give her that energy. And she can. And then when the girls feel like that there's an attraction, you guys will feel it. But that's if and then naturally you guys would just naturally. If a girl really wants you, she'll reciprocate it back to you. But if you give her that girlfriend energy, but she's not reciprocating it back, then clearly that, okay, she's not interested. But if you give her that boyfriend energy and she really likes it, a woman will reciprocate it back to you, let you know, hey, I like this, and I want to show it back to you. And then you start seeing that she's going to give it back to you. And then, that's when if you don't, that's when okay, we're on the same page now. And then you can make that move to ask her, okay, let's do something more. But I'm just saying that if you're not confident with just telling her directly, then I would just tell guys to treat her like, give her that boyfriend energy, but then see how she reacts. And if she really digs you, and if she really feels it, she'll reciprocate it back to you. And if she doesn't reciprocate anything, then you know where she stands. But don't act like a friend. Don't give her that friend energy, because she would friend zone you like quick. Friends put you in the friend zone, and then once you're in the friend zone.
That's my question. Is it hard for someone to just like be like, I like you?
Huh?
right? Just
Is it hard for a man to just be like, I like you?
Yeah, well, guys, like we have to be the one to initiate everything. So like we get rejected all the time. We know rejection sucks.
So if
You
a
guys-
woman told you that she liked you, would you find that intimidating? Coming off
She
too
like me?
strong?
No, I actually like that. Because like that way we're not like wasting time. So if she tells me she likes me and I like her, then, oh cool, we're on the same page. We set the we know each other, then we can move on from there. So
So
a
would
lot
you
of-
tell her that you liked her, or would you just be nice, give them those boyfriend hints?
No, if the way she said it into if you know like she I like you in a as a friend or I like I guess or I like you as a we want to she's interested in a relationship. Depending on how I feel about it when I meet her, then I'll reciprocate it back to her. So if a woman comes up to me, hey, I like you, I saw you, I think you're attractive, I think you're handsome, and I want to get to know you. I'm like, oh, for sure. And I look at her and I like her. Oh yeah, for sure. Shoot, you're bad. You.
No,
You're,
but I'm saying, would you like be the first to say it? Would you
Oh, yeah,
approach her
yeah.
and tell her?
Yeah,
You would.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. If I see somebody I like, I just tell them, hey, I seen you. I think you're very pretty. Just want to let you know, and then see how she responds. And she says yes, we go. If not, and then it is what it is. It's life. It's just I'm in sales, so like I've done sales for like 7 years. So rejection is like it's nothing. it's I built that tolerance. It's not really a lot of guys rejection is really hard.
Do you think it's safe to say that there's a lot of guys out there who are giving out that boyfriend energy, but don't plan on being the boyfriend?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I mean, depends on the guy's intentions, right? So some guys out there are giving that boyfriend energy, but they don't have the right intentions for you. But that's when you really have to look at their behavior and their consistency, right?
Yeah, because I feel like it's out there. I only know this because of the stories that I hear. I don't personally entertain it, mostly because I don't entertain it, but it's just like, it's so common for a lot of I think both sides do it actually, but it's giving off this like boo thing vibe, this energy, like, oh, it's like cuffing season, but then you just like, it goes nowhere. Y'all have been talking blah, 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 for X amount of months or whatever. And then one side, as Tira was saying earlier, one side is like, oh, this person is really giving me this solid energy, da 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 da. But then like the intentions were never really to create anything out of it.
Yeah. So so that's when communication and recognizing the behavior, you know, their habits and their behavior, right? Because people that really like you and they committed to, they move a certain way. We can all agree to that.
Yeah.
So people that are committed to you, they'll make time for you. There'll be consistency. That's the biggest thing I always tell people. Like the difference between intentional people and unintentional people is consistency. Like people that really like you and really committed to you, they'll find a way to be with you. They'll make the time. They'll reach out to you. They'll make it's always consistent from those people. Those guys that don't have the right intentions, or the women that don't have the right intentions, it's not consistent. One day they'll be available, and the next day they'll be unavailable. But because you love them so much, you don't recognize that. You don't recognize the signs and the inconsistencies. But people that really like you, like I said, they'll figure out a way to. They don't want to lose you, so they'll figure out a way to be with you. And a lot of people don't know that. So because they're so emotionally attached, they're so emotionally in love with this person, a lot of people overlook their shortcomings or their toxic traits or their toxic behaviors or their inconsistencies because they're just so emotionally attached to that person, or they're still in the honeymoon phase in the beginning of the relationship. They're just so, oh my God, we're together now, you know. But you really, really, once you get that attraction, that's when you really have to look at the overall person, the behavior, how they move, what they do, and then communicate. Communicate is key. Like if you want, one thing I realized today is people actually wait until somebody speaks first of where they stand in a relationship. Like if you meet somebody and you guys vibing, I think you need to tell them, oh, I'm looking for long term. Like I'm not doing this for casual. And people don't say that. People are like, people getting casual relationships and hope it turns out into a long-term relationship, and pray and wish. They pray like, oh, it's crazy. I see people all the time. Like they get into a casual relationship and they're praying and hoping this turns out from casual to long-term. And we all know, like, if you're wishing for something to happen, it's not going to happen. You got to make things happen. So like if you're looking for long-term, like you said, like I love what Naiatea said, like you don't do casual.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You just, if you're not doing long-term, like I'm not even giving you no time.
Yeah.
And that's how you should move. That's how you should move. A lot of days people are not either confident in themselves or what they bring to the table. They don't love themselves enough to believe that they can attract somebody. So when they finally get somebody, they think, oh, this is all I can get. And they're just attached to that person.
Mhm.
And because they're not confident in themselves, and they just wait, they're just hoping and then wishing. I hope that guy or the girls actually wants to take this, but we all know that if somebody doesn't like you, doesn't committed to you, they're not going to commit to you. Yeah, they just use you, get you what they want out of you, and then they move on. So that's why if you meet somebody, like you should tell them straight up, hey, like I'm doing this long term, and are you down? Because I like you, we're vibing together. I like the time we spent together. But I'm doing this for the long haul. So like, are you ready for this? And then if you see them react like, oh, no, if you try to make excuses, then that's clearly right there. You know that they're not looking for that. But the guy that's looking for long term, you say, oh, I want to do this long term. Oh, hell yeah, I'm doing long term too. Let's do it. Like they're jumping in because you guys all have the same goals and you guys want the same thing. So that's why you got to tell people what you want to see if that's what they want. And if they push back, if they make excuses, oh, clearly we're not on the same page. We gotta keep it going.